Hey guys, welcome back to Dad's Foxbody Garage. Just wanted to share something with you so you don't make the same mistake as I did. And that's put in your emergency brake cables before you put everything together. Yeah, so I've been wrestling with this for a couple hours and I just want to show you what we got going on here. So as you can see up here, we have our bracket where the e-brake cables connect. Well, of course, those are under your fuel line, under your drive shaft, under your exhaust, and they fish through the body. If you follow it around here, fish through the body, and on convertibles at least, as you can see, everything's covered. So takes forever to fish it through, but we got it through, we got it connected, we got it hung up. Still need the one piece up here to hook the brake handle to the cables, but I do have that. But I'm going to attempt to do that from on top of the car because this sucks. Alright guys, just to give you a little more info. That is tough to get at. It is possible without taking everything apart. This was my tool of choice, just a Dotco air grinder with a cutoff wheel in it. You know, there's no way to really compress this fitting here that I found to get the line back out of that bracket. So what I did was just ended up cutting it off, pulling it back. There was a 3/8 coarse thread with a bracket mounted where you can't see it. That was a little bit tricky to get out, but again, nothing that can't be done. I think the hardest part was fishing everything through on your back, dropping stuff in your face. It's not fun. And you know, I'm just running off my small air compressor, not the big one in the back. I don't have that hooked up yet. And you know, when you're running Dotcos and stuff, it's tough to keep up when they're running continuously. So you know, it's a slow go, but I'm getting there. I'm just about ready to jump into the inside here and pull that apart and see what I got to do there to hook up the top side. Alright guys, didn't get lucky on this one. As you can see here, I pulled the e-brake handle out and this part here does not come out. So I'm going to have to crawl back under the car, and this is basically what we have here. Got this from NPD, and it basically takes your two cables, connects it to one. The one comes through and connects here where somebody sliced that one off. So I will again go back under the car, hook this end up, poke it through this hole here, and then we'll go from there. Hey guys, got it figured out. It took 2 days and a few fancy words, and we got it back together. Spin it around, try to give you the Cliff Note version because I didn't record a bunch of it. Basically what you have to do is let me start at what I did wrong. Okay, so I assembled the cables into the brackets and tried to put the equalizing bracket or cable on and then come up through the bottom. It'll never work that way, I don't think. So I did find a video online that showed someone putting it in from the top and they got it to work. So not a lot of, you know, YouTube videos out there on this. So I did the same, took it apart from the bottom, brought it up to the top, and what I was doing wrong was I wasn't preloading the spring. Let me swing this around here. This spring here was not preloaded, so I was trying to pull, you know, I had this thing loose, so where the cable hooks on was back here. And I'm like thinking, well, it should ratchet somehow, right? Well, this thing all works on preload, and this little finger here, this tooth dropping in this rack here. And as you can see, when it comes down, grabs that and then brings it up. Otherwise, this handle just kind of free floats with this pulley, or lack of better word here. And I'm like, how in the world is this supposed to work? So I actually took this piece out, the whole lever, put it in a vise, and on one of the videos I saw a guy took a cotter pin and shoved it through the hole here and into a hole here. You know, once he hit, well, first he put the cable in and cranked the cable way out, you know, almost to this. So like where the cable goes in was in this position here. And what that does, it lines up with this hole, with a hole in that geared piece here. He put a cotter pin in there. I just threw a drill in there. Brought it over here, fed the piece of the cable through the hole, hooked it up under the car, and it still didn't work. And I'm like, what in the heck is going on? What ended up happening was the cables, you know, you just put everything brand new in there is what I figured out, right? And the cables need to seat and stretch, and you need to adjust your brakes and all that stuff. And then once I did that, the lock there fell into the gear, and like magic, it works. So very happy I have emergency brakes. You know, some people may ask, why are you focusing so much on an emergency brake? Well, everything on this car is new to this car. It may not be brand new, but the brakes are 100% brand new. You know, the pedal is the only thing that's old on this thing. Vacuum diaphragm, master cylinder, brake lines, everything. Front brakes, rear brakes. You know, just because it's new doesn't mean it's good, right? Or it doesn't mean it's not going to break. So I wanted a backup. You know, I got a potentially 400 and some horsepower motor in this thing. You know, it'll do good at going forward, but, you know, I got to stop. And if the brakes go out, I need a backup. I don't want to just, you know, hit the gears, you know, downshift through the gears. So, like I tell people, I'm like, I think stopping's more important than going at this point. But anyhow, no reason to think that the brakes won't work, but I wanted a backup. You know, it just makes sense to me. And besides, when you stop, you know, you park it, it's nice to pull a emergency brake. So I'm going to leave it at that for this one. You have to say that job pretty much sucks. Fingers are raw, you know, all kinds of divots in my knuckles. But, you know, I won. So pretty happy with that. And next thing is going to be the brakes, the hydraulic portion. That's been a nightmare. I've ordered, or I purchased NPD lines twice, thinking that first time they didn't fit. It was like they were mirror image backwards, which didn't make sense to me. So I was buying V8 lines, and you know, I put an 8.8 rear end in it, and it's a 4-cylinder car, and where the brake line, the flexible line, bolts onto the axle, it was the same from the 7.5 to the 8.8. So I'm like, why in the world are these brake lines so different? Well, after the second time of the same part number not working, you know, if something doesn't work, just do it again exactly the same way, right? I did some research and found that the brake line actually runs down the opposite side of the car. You know, I guess I could have just driven my other car up on ramps and take a look at it, but, you know, I'm stupid like that. So, or I say stubborn, right? So what I did was found LMR sells a brake line kit, especially for converting 4 cylinders to V8s. So everything looks the same up until about where the mufflers are to a 4 cylinder, and then it has one that goes over through the hump, the drive shaft loop, and comes out on the other side. How that's supposed to hook up to my axle, we'll find out, because the bolt that goes into the axle on mine is on the passenger side. I don't know what this axle is out of. I was assuming it was out of a Mustang since it came with the Mustang. But we'll figure it out. That doesn't seem like too hard of a fix anyways. But those parts are supposed to be here Thursday, so maybe over the weekend I'll tackle that. And I do have like a self bleeder so I can bleed the brakes. Getting kind of ramped up for Fox Fest. That's the big show of the year here. Taking the Stormtrooper to it. Got one spot. I was thinking about reserving another spot for Calypso, but I don't know, man. That's 2 months away, 8 weeks. You know, it seems like a lot of time, but you know, there's only so much money and so much time, and I don't know. We'll see. I did get insurance and plates on Calypso because I feel like I need to push myself here. And the only reason I did that was just out of luck. I went on the Michigan Secretary of State website and punched in availability of a license plate, and Calypso was available now. It wasn't available when I bought the car, but it's available now. So I actually got the plate. It says Calypso, got it ordered up, and really happy about that because, you know, this is Calypso to me. This is, you know, everybody knows this is Calypso, all my buddies. So really happy. Got that plate, but kind of putting pressure on me now to get it running. I do have one friend, Kevin, you met in a previous video. He's going to attack the hood for me. There's a big hole in the hood for some reason. That's the way I got it off Marketplace. I don't know why it was there. But he's going to try to patch that for me, and I'm going to just keep pushing ahead. You know, she won't be done and won't be pretty, but it might just be drivable. So we'll see in another month. I might opt to buy that second ticket, so I can have 2 cars there. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But it's looking good. Like, it might be running by then if I can just figure out these darn brake lines. That's the last piece of the puzzle. That's it for now. I'm just going to shut her down and head in and lick my wounds on my fingers. You know, literally, it's just a brutal job on your fingertips. But till next time, guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Those subscriptions do help. And I look forward to seeing everybody at Fox Fest. I have plenty of merch. Ordered some t-shirts, and I do have some hoodies left for Dad's Foxbody Garage, so hope to see everybody there. Thanks. Bye.